Today's video is a big one. Some of you may have noticed I've not uploaded a hardcore video in over a month. Well, this is why. The planning, the building, the editing of this video has taken me all this time. This is one of my favorite projects to date, so make sure to leave a like and comment and subscribe if you are new. So far, we've built a lot of crazy stuff in this world, including last time where we headed to the Nether and we built this crazy Nether fortress. But today, we're going to be heading elsewhere. And I don't know why I'm teasing it like I haven't clickbaited it in the title and thumbnail, because yes, of course, we are going to be building in the end. And it's time for the part of the episode where I say, this is my biggest project so far. To give you an example of how big this thing is, this castle behind me took about 2 days to design. Our animal hotel, about 2 days. Our city, maybe 3 or 4 days. Just the designing in creative mode, this thing has taken me about 9 days. This is a big build. We're on day 1717 at the moment. I won't be surprised if this takes us to day 2000. But before we can build in the end, I want to make the end a bit more accessible from the overworld. Because at the moment, the way to my end portal is down this 2x2 staircase here, which takes about 30 seconds or so to get down. And then when you finally get to the end fortress, you have to follow the dirt path, which I've laid out. Ooh, look, a dirt block. Let's follow it. Ooh, another one. Ooh, another few dirt blocks. Ooh, a diorite arrow pointing me in the right direction. So yeah, this isn't the most practical at the moment. So let's save these coordinates here, which so happens to be directly under this tree. And let's dig all the way down and hope we don't hit lava. Whee! Lovely. I decided to make it too wide just in case, and it's easier to fly up then as well. Anyway, let's talk about our project in the end. It's big because we are going to be terraforming this ugly scenery. But before we can do any terraforming, we have quite a big project. And that project is to kill the Ender Dragon 19 times. Because I want to spawn in every single end gateway. There are 20 in total, meaning I have to kill the Ender Dragon another 19 times. And for that, we need 76 end crystals. And although last time in the Nether we killed a lot of ghasts, I was stupid and didn't save all the tears. I burned their tears out of frustration, meaning we only have 35. So I guess we have to go kill some ghasts, which didn't take too long, as ghasts are very easy to kill. However, I did struggle finding a lot of the tears. We headed back to the surface and got ourselves some Eye of Enders, smelted ourselves some glass because we need a lot of that. Also went and killed some blaze rods, as I did actually need more. Then we crafted up all the end crystals we needed, got some more glass to finish them off, and also crafted ourselves a better bow. Okay, we have our bow, we have our crystals, we've got lots of spare arrows. I don't know why I need them. We've got infinity, and we've even got some glass bottles to collect some dragon's breath. Let's head to the end and let's kill some ender dragons. Of course, we've already killed one ender dragon a long time ago. We have to kill 19 more, and I wouldn't say this is a hard challenge per se. It just takes ages. Look, here is me killing the first one of many here. We respawned, we got the achievement. I now have to kill and shoot all of these end crystals because I don't know how to do the speedrun method. And yeah, this just takes a long time. You'll see later on that I got it quite good though. I got it quite speedy. Of course, I'm not going to show you every single ender dragon kill in full, as that would take a long time. So instead, here's a little compilation of me killing all the ender dragons. Some of them look very similar, some of them look quite different, some of them are quite weird. However, here is how quick I got the whole thing down. We'd hit this end crystal, we shoot that end crystal, shoot another end crystal, rocket ourselves into the air. While we're flying down, we'll shoot this one. You can see I was getting pretty accurate. Look at all these shots, every single one hitting every single end crystal. The only annoying thing is you have to shoot these ones from below, which are a bit of a pain, but we got it done. Sometimes we styled on the ender dragon, like here where it shoots me into the air and I'm like, haha, no, you're dead, fella.
Also, look how funny this one looked when it died.
Don't know what happened to my voice there, but I fixed up my bow a few times as well as we used up the full thing. If you were keeping track, you would notice that this kill here in a second is kill number 18. Oh, which means one left. And we light it for the final time. We spawn the last Ender Dragon. We only have one portal frame missing right here. As you can see, the rest of them are in. Here is the final shot on the Ender Dragon. And Ender Dragon number 20 has been killed. Meaning, just over here. Come on, where are you? Where are you? There you are. We have our final portal. 20 Ender Dragons. Oh my gosh, I killed 11,000 Endermen. What the heck? We have a full circle of portal frames. Oh, yes, baby. Look at them. They're beautiful. Let's head back to the overworld for a bit. Now, there's a few things we need to collect here. The first is some iron blocks. The next is a carved pumpkin. And we're also going to need a load of shulker boxes. Plus, let's just take some chests just to be safe. And just like that, it's time to head back to the end. And here we are going to equip our pumpkin. Lovely. Oh, that is ugly. I need to change that. There we go. A nice resource pack has fixed that. If I had to look through those pumpkin eyes, I would go insane. The iron blocks, however, is of course for some beacons. As we're going to need some haste too. Wait, haste 2 doesn't work on endstone? No, surely not. I thought it did. Oh no, this is going to take so long. I was planning on mining this endstone, and we have a lot to mine. But at this pace, it's going to take so long. I do need 10,000 for the build though, so maybe let's see how long it takes me to mine that. I actually ended up going for 13,000 and it took me just over 2 hours. But as you can see, it's barely made a dent in this end island. Oh no. 2 hours. 2 hours for that. I've got so much I need to do. You see the portal frame circles? I want to make sure there's no end stone on the outside of that. This is going to take a while. I think we're going to have to use a different method, as obviously that took 2 hours and I've only mined 15,000. I think we need to mine like 150,000. That's over 20 hours just mining. We can't do that. We can't do that. I'm going to have to experiment with some TNT dupers, which I've never really done before. Now, luckily, these things are quite easy to make. However, unluckily, we need a lot of slime blocks. And this is how much slime we have. Oh, no. Now, these flying machines aren't that big. So I'm going to get enough materials to make 4 of these things, which unfortunately means I need 32 slime blocks. I'm going to have to kill a lot of slimes. Everything else is pretty easy to get. The only thing we do need to do is get some tube coral fans. Okay, let's kill some slime as soon as the sun sets. Unfortunately, the sun is rising and we only got 25 slime, meaning we're going to have to wait for the night once more. There we go, that's better. Let's head home. And with that, we can now head back to the end. Okay, so we've set up our first TNT duping flying machine. Here it is here. And there's a block of obsidian there. It's quite hard to see with the end in the background, but it's just there in the center of the screen. I believe all we need to do to start this thing is place a redstone torch against here. Yes, and it's off. Oh gosh, I'm stuck on it. Oh, and it's blowing up stuff. Let's see what happens. Right, it's just sending TNT into the end at the moment, but okay, something's gone wrong. It's not moving. Oopsie daisy. I put something here. Can I take it away? No, we've broken it. Okay, good. Oh, it's off. I put a block of dirt there and it seems to be working. Yes, TNT is falling. And it's blowing up the end. Beautiful. Hopefully the oh gosh. Hopefully the Endermen don't get mad at me. Looks like they're not, which is good. And it's doing a quicker job than I could do, which is good. Except I've blown up the machine. Haven't I? Yep, all the slime is gone. I've blown it all up. Right, so it was too low. Alright, hopefully the machine doesn't blow itself up this time. And it's come to a stop. Good. All right, let's get a few of these on the go and see if we can destroy a load of this end stone. So I got making 4 more of these machines and I sent them off, and it took a long time and not much was destroyed. I think we need to use a different machine. Luckily, most TNT fly machines use pretty much the same materials. However, I'm missing 1 slime block. I really do need to make a slime farm. But for now, let's head back to the swamp. Of course, it's a new moon. The only time slimes don't spawn in a swamp. There goes another 10 minutes of AFKing in the swamp, I guess. Despite the spawn rate being lower the next night, we still managed to find enough slime to get the final block. Okay, we're back in the end, and we have everything we need to build this thing. I've been told I need to watch out for these bits of bedrock here by my friend Thwip, and to make sure it's 25 blocks higher than them. So let's get to work building this thing. And we're building a design by Ray's work, the same one Thwip used in his video, and it didn't take too long to build as the tutorial was very good. I've built it a bit far away, which is an accident, but it should be ready to start working. All I have to do apparently is destroy this redstone block. And off it goes. And I've lost the redstone block, haven't I? Kind of need that to make it stop. Oh dear. Oh wait, it's up there. Thank goodness. So this thing will hit that place over there and then turn around and come back and repeat. And then it will gradually make its way along. But for now, just sending a lot of TNT into the void. But this is good. This shows us how low this will go. So it should pretty much cover the entire bottom of this, which is great. So let's just leave that for a bit, I guess. And I don't like to AFK, but I'm going to AFK until we get some destruction. Okay, we're now on day 1749, and we're finally getting some destruction. Look. Oh my gosh, it's taken so long. I built this way too far out. Note to self for next time. But look, yes, it's blowing up some stuff. Nice. Now all we have to do is wait for it to blow up more stuff. And I'm using this time to edit the video. And although it looks very quick like this is happening, remember each day is 20 minutes in the end. So this is about 3 hours or so. Okay, so it's a long process, this thing, but look at it. It's doing a great job. However, I need to move this whole thing, meaning I've got to build it all again. As I've done that part, I need to go that way and then rebuild it again and go that way, then rebuild it again and go that way. So we're only a quarter of the way done. Oh gosh. But I'm going to try and not AFK the next few parts. Instead, each time we finished one section, I'm going to neaten it up and terraforming it to look a little bit nicer. First though, I've got to dismantle and rebuild this machine. Oh no, I've just messed up. No! I'm so stupid. I didn't realize placing dirt underneath that would blow it up. Oh, stupid Joel. I guess I also have to go and gather all the materials again as well. Good. At least I know now for the future. The reason I placed the dirt under the TNT, by the way, is so that I can collect it all without it falling into the void like it just did. Now, normally when I do time lapses, every time you see the day count flash one more day, that's around 10 minutes in the overworld. In the end, it's 20 minutes. So what you're seeing here is literal hours passing by as we destroy this end island. Oh gosh, this took such a long time. As you can see, we started on day 1761 and we're approaching day 1800 rather quickly, but it is satisfying watching it destroy the island, although some bits weren't destroyed by the TNT cannons and I had to come in and neaten them up a little bit, which is fine. It still was a lot quicker than me mining it all out by myself, which I was gonna do if I had a beacon. A beacon probably would have been quicker. I wish beacons worked on endstone. Progress is slow. So slow. I've been working at this for 6 days now. You can kind of see I've started building it back up here, but we still need to destroy all this, and all this. So I'm thinking now we're below these things, we might be able to set it up again, and then I can dig this out myself, which, by the way, we're up to 82,000 endstone. That's mad. Back at it, I guess. Don't know why I keep doing this to myself. Last time I went insane in the nether. This time I'm going insane in the end. But hey, at least these machines are helping out. If only now there was a flying machine that could help replace the end stone and terraform it, that would be amazing. But instead, I had to do that. And that is it for the end stone. Oh my gosh. We're on day 1822. Let me show you a quick video of the replay mods. This thing took so long. I've been working away at this for about 10 days so far. 10 real life days. Obviously not 10 Minecraft days, as it's been nearly 100 of those. And we're finally ready to move on to step 2, which is changing up the terrain. You'll notice the end stone is kind of like jagged around the edges. That's because we're going to be changing the surface of this place to something a bit nicer. First though, let's fix up our tools and also destroy these flying machines. Oh, it feels good to be back on the surface in the open air. What isn't great though is the fact I need around 7,000 blocks of moss and 6,000 blocks of lime terracotta. I have plenty of cacti for the dye, so that shouldn't be a problem. It's more the moss, as I don't really have a moss farm. Last time it was just me clearing out a hole. I guess we can do that again. First, let's get the terracotta. Whee, terracotta. Ooh, look at it disappear. Whee, lovely. Lots of terracotta. Lovely. Ooh. Not sure why I'm doing that voice, but anyway, I also went and smelted myself a load of cacti and got turning that terracotta into lime terracotta. I also cleared out a load of moss from our moss cave. Ooh, 2 materials that took quite a while to gather, but it's all we need to go back to the end. Oh gosh. I don't know why I'm saying oh gosh. We're going to be spending a long time there. Let's get placing all this lime terracotta and moss. Now I went for terracotta and moss because they are way greener than how grass looks in the end. I thought I'd mix it up with the terracotta as well as the moss, just to add a bit of texture to the build, and I think it worked out okay. It did add a bit of texture. I didn't go too crazy and sort of just split them up, as you can see there, and we got these different patterns forming. Oh, and I also had to destroy an obsidian pillar, which took ages. Ah, lovely. Look at that. The island finally has some shape to it. Very nice indeed. By the way, destroying this took 40 minutes just for that obsidian pillar there. Kind of crazy. If I was to destroy all of them, it would take quite a long time. Glad I'm not doing that. But this is actually showing the outline of the castle we're going to be building today. Look, you can kind of see where it's going to go. I didn't place grass everywhere, as that would be pointless. But we're going to actually work on something not on the island for now. We're going to focus on the outer ring. And for this, we need a lot of materials. Back to the overworld. Now, there's 2 main materials we need for this. And the one we need most of is glass. And I've done the calculations. And we need about 25,000 glass, aka 385 stacks, aka 14.2 shulker boxes worth. Which is this many shulkers of sand. Oh gosh, it's a good job I've got quite a few bottles of enchanting. Let's head to the desert. Ah, this takes me back to the Empire Season 1 days, except I was mining red sand then, now I'm mining normal sand. We got all the sand we needed though after fixing up our tools and mining this final little section over near our base. We also had to get ourselves a load of coal to smelt all this sand. By the way, I really need a blaze farm. Or just another way to get fuel, because at the moment I'm having to mine coal and that is boring and also probably not very efficient. But oh well, we used the coal to also make some torches, gathered some bamboo as well and some white concrete. And then we AFK'd our raid farm for a little bit just to get enough emeralds to do some trading with our villagers for some bottles of enchanting. And also I wanted to level them all up for something a little later on. And then finally we went and collected ourselves a load of skulk from down below near the deep dark. And with that skulk collected, we have all we need for the outer section of this build. Oh my gosh. We're approaching day 1900 and this is the big first thing we've built. It's a good thing though, I promise. Let's hope these all fit in my inventory. Let's head back to the end where we are going to spend a long time building. And we're going to start out with the outer rings. Yes, there's lots of rings. I'm playing it really safe this time by having a lot of rockets in my inventory because I don't want to just like fall out of the world and not be able to land again. If I run out of rockets, I'd pretty much die then. But let's get our second building time-lapse. Uh-oh, alarm bells are ringing. Joel hasn't gone straight into the time-lapse. What's happened? Well, let me explain. I was, just fixing my tools at my farm over there, and we had a power cut in our area. And of course, my PC was on because I was playing some Minecraft, and everything went off in our house, including the PC. I turned it back on, and I couldn't log into this world. Now, of course, I'm not stupid. I make backups. However, my last backup was 2 weeks ago before we started this video. But using some behind the scenes magic, I managed to get the world and save that fine. However, my player data was completely wiped, meaning I got the world back, but all my statistics, all my tools and items, all the things inside of my ender chest were completely gone. Also, weirdly enough, all my controls have reset as well, so I can't zoom anymore now because of all these weird things messing with them. So, how did I fix this? Because I'm still wearing a pumpkin, I still have all my stuff, and if I open my ender chest, everything is there. Well, I managed to back up all the stuff in my ender chest from a save I had 2 weeks ago, which was my emergency backup. However, a lot of the stuff, like my fireworks and some other things such as these tools, may have different durabilities, and there might be some things like some bottles of enchantment which aren't meant to be here. I'm not sure, because this is from 2 weeks ago, and obviously I've been playing for 2 weeks since then. A lot has changed in that ender chest. The main thing that has changed, though, which is very upsetting to me, is all my statistics. These are all missing around 160 days worth of stuff, including all that endstone I mined. All the sand I just gathered is no longer appearing on these statistics. Even the ender dragons killed. It only says 1 ender dragon killed and the time played. And I could go and change it, but I don't want to fake it in a way. I did, however, set the day forward, so the day is accurate. We are on 1873, but if you're wondering why my statistics are being a bit weird, it's because we crashed, and that makes me very sad because I mined 100,000 blocks of endstone nearly, and now I don't even have the statistics to show it. I guess we're going to have to mine 100 more. Let's get to work. No, I'm only joking, but I just wanted to be transparent with you guys. There is some stuff that has happened, and it is very annoying, but luckily we've managed to recover pretty well, and thank goodness it was after I put all these shulker boxes down that we crashed, meaning these shulker boxes here and all the materials we just gathered are safe, thank goodness. So let's have a quick 2 seconds of silence for the endstone statistic disappearing. Okay, good. Let's get back to work and let's be serious now. Serious, because we have to place a lot of things down. All that glass we gathered is about to be placed down. Now, you're looking at this and you're thinking, Joel, you're placing that down really easily. Well, that's because I'm using a mod called Lightmatica, which I always use for its schematics, and it has this method called Easy Place, where you can place stuff and you don't have to place loads of dirt. So I use that to help me out after my stressful situation of, nearly losing my entire world. Here you can see, though, all that glass we gathered being placed down. This took around 3 hours or so, I believe, to finish it all off. But look, we finally started building some stuff that isn't endstone, and oh boy, I'm loving it. Oh yes, that's a lot of glass. I know it doesn't really look like much when you're up above, but down here you can kind of see how massive this thing is. Oh, I'm still wearing my Secret Life skin, but oh well. So what we're going for here is a lovely river effect. This is a river around the island, a circular river, of course, because it just looks cool. And the river is sort of, sparkling. We've got this lovely sort of torch effect underneath. I thought was quite cool. And we've also added all these little things around which you can use to go through the end portals. And finally, we have the boat we built, which is, of course, going with the theme we're going to have today. As yes, I think it's probably in the thumbnail and title and elsewhere, but this is the castle from Tangled. This is the boat she sits on while she watches the lanterns come from the castle. And next up, we're going to be building a castle. So we can head back to the surface where we'll sleep. And here is all the endstone blocks we had gathered earlier. As you can see, plenty of them there. But we're also going to need a lot more other types of blocks. Let's see how far into the 1900 days these materials take us to gather. And I won't spoil how long it's taken, but keep in mind we started this on day 1884. Remember that at the end when we get to the end. Here you can see me mining a load of red sandstone though. I also went to the Nether to collect some warped fungi and some warped nylium, I think it's called. I can't remember. So we can mine ourselves a load of trees there, as we need a load of warped wood and warped planks in particular. I also AFK'd my bone meal farm because we're going to be using a lot of wood, and I need to be using my wood farm plus also bone mealing some trees manually. We started off with our wood farm though, and we got ourselves some birch wood. I do try and automate stuff when I can because it does just save me so much time. However, you'll see here there's some stuff you just can't automate, or I haven't built the farms for automating it yet. We actually had to get loads of birch planks, by the way. That's why I was converting it to birch planks there. We also needed some stripped birch wood, so I actually did that myself as I find it's easier than getting it from the wood farm, then stripping it and placing it, etc. I also had to get myself a load more terracotta, particularly orange terracotta and some white terracotta as well. You'll see me head over here and mine myself a load of white terracotta. We also had to get a load of coal once more to smelt all that sandstone we gathered in the first clip. Obviously, endstone and sandstone have got very similar colors, so we're going to be using both interchangeably in this build to add a bit of different texture. I had to AFK my bone meal farm again so I could get some more acacia wood, as well as some mangrove wood as well. I really wish there was a mangrove wood farm. There might be. I think I should build it. I use this wood a lot. We also had to go gather ourselves a load more sand as well, and some dye to dye this sand into some concrete and also some glass. We also had to chop down some trees, some spruce trees, collect some gold from our project last time as we needed some gold blocks, and also get a load of glowstone and redstone by trading our villagers. One of the more awkward materials to get that we had to get was our bookshelves to make some lecterns. So you can see me here making some paper and using some leather we had from killing cows in the past to make ourselves some books to make into bookshelves to then turn into lecterns. We really need to get ourselves some more librarians so we can trade that in the future. As with the raid farm, which you can see me using here, it is so quick to get emeralds. Also redstone, which is pretty nice for those redstone lamps, as yes, we're using a lot of redstone lamps, as you can see there. But I'm happy to say we're nearly done. All we need to do was get some blaze rods quickly and some granite and also some coral fans. Oh my gosh. We are done! All the materials, look at them. 33 shulker boxes. And we actually have some more because this doesn't include the end stone. And these are all pretty much full apart from this one here, as you can see. So many materials, which we need to now transport to the end, which we're going to have to do 2 trips for. It's actually 42 shulker boxes, including all this. This is so many materials. Wait, let me do some maths quickly. I know not every shulker box is full, but we have 1,134 stacks of materials, roughly. This is kind of scary how many materials this is. Oh, there's so many different ones as well. It's going to take so long to build. But look, I'm literally just going through them all just for fun now to see where everything is. There's just so many. Okay, let's get the pumpkin head back on. Make sure we have spare food and rockets. And let's get building our biggest build in one video to date. This thing is massive, and I can't wait for you all to see it. Time lapse in 3, 2, 1, go. Now, I can already see this is one of my longest hardcore videos we've made so far, and there's a good reason why. Look at those days ticking by, each one being 20 minutes, because yes, this build took nearly 10.5 hours to put together. Insane. That's just the castle as well. I'm not sure how long this whole thing has taken if we include all the other stuff as well. I'm guessing it's close to the 100 hours range if we include the designing of the castle and the island itself. But oh boy, is it worth it when you see the final product? Here you can see me building up the walls, and we actually modeled this off the castle from Tangled, except there was a toy version I found which had a really good 360 view, so I used that. So it's probably not exactly like the one in the movie, but if I put a picture of the toy one up on the screen now, you can kind of see what I was going for. It is very similar to this toy, and it uses so many different types of blocks. Most of the time was spent of me just flying back to my ender chest to get different blocks, because I'd walk over there to build some stuff and I'd just have missed one block. I used so many rockets on this thing. It took absolutely ages, but here is the main structure built, so it's time to add the lanterns. And at last I see the light. Look at it. Look at them appear. I used some easy place mode to help with this, by the way, because oh my gosh, it was going to take so long. But even though all the lanterns are now in and looking amazing, we're still not done, as we wanted to add in some flowers, some rocks, some bushes around the bottom. And I looked at it and I thought, you know what? That's still not enough. So I went back to the overworld, collected for myself a load of spruce wood and some leaves, and then we got building some trees in this place to give it a bit more depth and, you know, make it look a bit more interesting, because it looked really empty on the island itself. But oh my gosh, we're done! And over 250 days later, it is done. Look at it. I'm not showing it so you can't look at it, but look at it. Whoa. Let's get a zoomed in view. Wow, look at it. Oh my gosh. I am so happy with it. Look at it. It looks amazing. I wish I could play the copyright music with all the lanterns going over, but I can't. So instead, here's some singing and some shaders and some cinematic shots. Please forgive me. And at last I see the light, and it's like the fog has lifted. And at last I see the light, and it's like the sky is new. And it's warm and real. Okay, that's enough of that. Shaders don't really work too well on this build, I find, because of all the dark spots, but it kind of looks really cool with the lanterns, especially as the glass kind of goes sort of like glowy and invisible, meaning that the lanterns actually look like lanterns you'd let into the sky. I really, really like the effect the shaders had. Also, look at this. This looks so cool with shaders. Oh my gosh. By the way, here are all the replay mod files of me building it, and that's not including the trees. Now, this is the longest I spent on any project in this world, but I am so happy with it. Look at it. Look how cool it looks. It makes it coming to the end a little bit nicer. Although I still hate coming to the end because it's boring. There's nothing to do here other than build. It's also really hard to get the scale of this thing down. But if you get up close and personal, you can see it's kind of crazy. It's really, really big. And I probably could have added more detail in these courtyards around a little bit. But you know what? It's just to make my end island look a bit better. And I think I've done a job. I've done a good job there. But on day 1980, I'm going to head back to the overworld. Thanks so much for watching. This video has taken over a month to make, so please leave a like, please leave a comment, please subscribe if you are new, and I shall see you in the overworld. Goodbye.